I want to share what Wow said about this whole Anthony Edwards situation. He said fiancés don't move like that. Let me go ahead and give y'all the whole 9 yards on that one, and then we can go from there. All right. This is what Bao had to say about the situation.
Travi. Check this out, man. It's coming from your boy Bow Weezy, right? I never met you, don't know you, know nothing. I will say this, because I've been watching from afar. I'm not the type of jumping people business, but I was once young, about to make a lot of money, and I know how this shit go. So I need you to hear me out. Number one, I don't want you feeling as though everybody jumping down your back or cats is hating. That's that young mentality. I want you to look at this like this care about you. And especially in our community and in this industry, not a lot of brothers get the opportunity like you about to get. You know what I mean? You about to get the biggest check in your life. You about to go to the NFL. And all we are doing is waking you up, young brother. Because if you don't see what the is going on, gang, if we didn't give a we'll let you crash out. But from one player to the next, hey, man, I ain't going to tell you what to do, but I want you to open up your eyes, man. There's no reason why she commenting on another page, an NBA with heart eyes and the mother money tongue out. That's your fiance. Wake up, young brother. Fiancés don't move like that. I ain't never had one of my motherfucking girls ever lay next to me in the same crib as me under another page, leaving heart eyes with the money tongue out. Total violation. That bitch would have been packing up her shit and getting the fuck out my crib that day. I don't play that shit. You out. And it's like you so caught up in being in love with this motherfucker. Bro, I don't even think this woman really love you like that, bro. You gotta watch the signs, man. That woman said you wasn't even her type. If a woman tell me she not my type but end up with me, then what's keeping you here?
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
What's keeping you here then? If I'm not your type, that means you going off looks. So what the fuck you here? You gotta ask, but you young though. But you gotta ask yourself some questions. We not coming down on you, brother. We trying to wake you up. You know what I'm saying? Before this motherfucker end up. Last but not least, young brother, I want you to live your life, man. You young, man. I don't even think you're 24 yet. Do you know how much women are about to be thrown your way? Boy, you the Heisman Trophy Award winner. Can't no give you no advice better than me because I was young with the bag and I'm still here doing it, navigating through this whole shit. And I'm telling you from first-hand experience, brother, it's about to be so many women about to throw that thing your way, you ain't gonna be able to turn it down. So all it's gonna do is just lead to frustration and all type of bullshit in your household anyway. Young brother, snatch that ring back, get focused on what's important. It's hard to build your shit when you got a broad with you. That's, bro, you in the media more for the broad than you is for the winning the Heisman.
Can't hear you.
So that's Bow's assessment, trying to give Travis Hunter some advice. Thoughts? Anybody?
I think he probably needs to read the room better, because if he's seen anything what Travis said and he listened to what you just said, all Travis heard was his girlfriend is a bitch, a hoe, a motherfucker, and a broad. That's all he heard. He didn't hear nothing else.
Yeah, I think Bow Wow, from experience, technically he can speak on it. Bow Wow, from experience, technically he should shut the fuck up. Like he always just do too much to me. Like it's just always, it's gonna always come across as doing too much. Maybe it's because he's little. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but it's always off-putting when he makes definitive statements to me. I don't know why, man. He just always seems like somebody that does too much. And to me,
Bow.
Yeah. And to me, like when he was calling her bitches and bras, like Quentin was right. Like, I gotta agree. Like, he not gonna hear nothing that you just fucking said, because you just call this girl out his name. Stop
Yep.
spamming the chat, dog. Like, but
If
yeah.
anybody spam the chat, just time them out for a minute just to clear it out. Don't delete them. Don't do none of that. Just time them out for a second. Don't spam the chat, y'all. Go ahead, Clemmy.
But yeah, like you, Quinn's right, man. Like I think that's all I gotta say. Like, but Bow Wow, man, like he's a young dude. He was a young dude with a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of women around him. But I think he's probably the wrong person to speak on that shit because I don't think he handled his situations properly. You know what I'm saying? He didn't hold his shit down. So he
Well,
might not
oh,
necessarily be the right dude to speak on that shit. Like just being honest, because he got women, that he was, he got kids with, and I think they I ain't gonna we all know that Future is like they got the same baby mama, so it's like you can't
Yeah.
really tell nobody about about the women at the same time. You the right person, but you the wrong person because you didn't handle your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a catch-22. It's a
That's a fair
catch-22.
assessment. What was you about to say, Carrie?
I was gonna say, and I think that he's giving him advice for the wrong outcome. I don't think Travis's goal is the outcome that Bow Wow is giving him advice for. So like when he's like, we're just trying to open you up and open me up to what? To seeing that I don't need to be wasting my time with her because there's gonna be plenty of girls that I can be sleeping with. Like what are y'all opening me up to? And what's
Yeah.
my end result going the way that you're telling me? It seems like Travis value. I mean, I can't speak for him, but he clearly values marriage. If he's already proposed to this girl, he's been with her for 5 years. Like clearly he has value in long-term relationship, just being with one person. So I
Yeah.
think wrong advice for what he's trying to do.
Fatty?
Yeah. Bow Wow is always going to be a lame. Like he can't help himself. Every time he opens his mouth, he's like, "Ugh." And what he actually showed here is there's two type of people giving advice. One type of people is actually to help the person. Another one is to insert himself into the conversation. Everything he said was about Bow Wow, had nothing to do with the kid. Because he's his point of view. You're going to get more hoes, and he's talking about himself. And the funny part is, if you want to give advice to somebody, you have to make sure that you don't lose him in the middle of the speech.
I
Why you
agree
calling these
100%.
woman bitches and all that? Like, he's not going to listen. And especially, and this is the problem with a lot of preachers, right? They have 9 pieces of good information, and they have one piece of this bad information that literally uh, brings everything down. That tweet about him liking is fake.
The girl Anthony
And,
Edwards stuff.
and now that you're starting your premise on that tweet, because I know it's fake, you lose me for the rest of the conversation because I think
Yep.
you're just being a dumbass.
I
So,
agree 100% with
like,
everything that all of y'all saying. Y'all are on point on this one.
this man is 20 years older than when he got on and still talking like a kid. Like can communicate, can like people that are 30 and up talking with kids that are 30 down, they need to make sure that their message passes through on a way that the people can digest because our stomach is a little bit more rough now. We can digest a lot of things that we couldn't. This kid probably can digest nothing. So you need to like chew a little bit and put it on like the birds do. Like the
Yeah.
mama bird, she chews and she put it on the mouth of the kid. He didn't do that.
Regurgitation.
He didn't do that. He just want to show. Bow Wow is irrelevant at this point. He wanted to insert himself on the conversation. Congratulations, he did. Still a dumbass. Still lame. Still corny. Nothing changed.
Mika, what's your thoughts on this?
I
I don't know
think
if you had heard what he had said because I know you had stepped away for a second.
I didn't, but just knowing Bow Wow, I would just meet people where they're at. Right, the guy, the young guy, because he's not a boy. He likes this woman, and obviously, unless you have something concrete, and maybe even if you have something concrete, he's he's over the hills for this woman. So the best you can do is just meet him where he is and give him advice. But on the other hand, Bow Wow has experience, I guess, with baby mama hoes. So he's talking from himself. That's what it seems like. He's talking from himself, and he's talking from being a young guy that had women at a very, 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 very young age, from what he says. So I guess he has experience in that, but the way he's attacking it, it's very toxic, and it's coming from what people say on the internet versus talking to the young man like a gentleman and talking to him and his experiences.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it.
I agree with all of y'all. My biggest takeaway when I was listening to Bao, the first thing, Fatty was right. The first thing that I was listening to was, okay, so you got the information wrong because it wasn't even, she didn't even like it. Like that wasn't, like it kind of disqualified everything that he said after that. That's number one. But number two, I agree with Kerry because what are you trying to open him up to? Everybody is not a player. Everybody is not hood. Everybody is not gonna be in the streets of Miami. Some people just want to live a quiet life, or some people just want to be a little bit more intelligent, or they want to brand themselves a little bit differently, and all of that. My advice to Travis Hunter is just to protect yourself. That is my biggest piece of advice, man. I don't care whether you rocking out with this chick. He gonna be with her, or maybe he gonna be with a one that's just like whatever, right? And that's the kind of the conversation I was having the other day when I was saying that, once you become a Travis Hunter and you get this level of visibility, what girl isn't going to be opportunistic as far as seeing you as a possible come up? And they may still like you too. But my biggest thing to Travis Hunter ain't even got nothing to do with her. I don't care about her. They young, they're going to make mistakes, they're going to figure it out, they got life, whatever. The biggest conversation that I think needs to be had, as long as he is doing what he needs to do to protect himself, to make sure that he don't have to give up half of his future earnings, man, do what you want to do. I don't care. And my other piece of advice to him would be, don't live somebody else's life. Like, you don't have to go down the same path as Bao. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
think
I'm not really sure if Bow Wow has experience, like he said, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you want to end up in the same space as him per se. Maybe you got a different vision for your life, right? Or maybe that vision is going to change later on. But the biggest thing is protect yourself. That's my main thing, is just to make sure that you got a solid legal team and that you are not setting yourself up for failure. Other than that, man, ain't nobody listening to what Bob was saying, bro.
Yeah, I think he started the conversation off wrong when he introduced himself as Bow Weezy. Should have just he should have just said Shad
your
Moss.
real government
Like we
issue
don't know
name,
who
my
we
nigga.
looking at. Like we don't know who we looking at. He
My
was
name
like,
is
yeah,
Trevor,
man,
nigga.
yeah, man, it's your boy Bob Weezy. I said, man, what?
Yeah, that's what
It did throw me off a little
Yeah.
bit.
Like that
like,
nigga
what?
Travis don't fuck with you, nigga. You ain't his generation.
Yeah, that nigga still was trying to big bro some shit, man. That shit ain't gonna work. That nigga, them niggas look up to who was that? I can't even think of who they
Fucking
look up to.
Takashi 6ix9ine in this bitch.
But Takashi 6ix9ine not in his generation either. He like
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
They look up to, nigga.
Cardi, Playboy Cardi, probably.
I wonder if any of these guys ever really grow up. Like even Bow. Like,
No.
I mean, like clearly, like you can see the bags under his eyes. You can tell that he's getting older and stuff. But it's almost like they're not really growing into their
Bow Wow
age
almost
range.
40 years old, and he
Yeah, he
still
around the
acts the
same age
exact
as
same.
me.
He's like 38, something like that, and he acts the same way he acted 10 years ago.
It's difficult for people like that because they didn't have a childhood. They've been insulated for 30 years. Like
He's
this man probably is
37.
38, 39, something like that. He's been a
37.
star since he was what, 12? Actually, earlier than that. The like Mike, you look way younger
Yeah,
than that. He was
young, very young. Mhm.
yes. So like these people are Peter Pan. They are young forever because they never had a
Grow up.
childhood. So they are Peter Pan. They are going to be young forever. Always have a young mentality, and unfortunately, they have to crash and burn heavily for them to actually
There are
understand what
people
can grow
that
up.
didn't have a childhood either that did just fine.
But they still are on that little redome, right? They always
No,
were.
like for example, if you take like a Justin Timberlake, for example,
Mm-hmm.
he grew
Mm,
up in the spotlight. He grew up a Disney kid. He grew up. He was
Justin
in
Bieber's probably
sync.
more close to his age.
wasn't he an alcoholic, Kenton? Was like a couple of months ago that
That's
I didn't
he
hear
grown nigga
nothing.
shit being an alcoholic. What you mean?
no.
I didn't
I
hear nothing. I didn't hear anything about him
a
being out. I
couple
don't
of
know anything
months
about that.
ago, he
No,
got
I heard he just
into a
crashed out.
DUI accident, and he literally
Yeah.
had to go
Oh, are
to.
you talking about drunk, like DUI?
No. He literally said he had the problem with alcohol, and like I think the
Well,
deal
I
was
mean,
he
but
going
that
to a
was.
clinic or something like that.
I read this statement. They said that they made him do that as a part of his, a part of his agreement. You know how they make you do an agreement and then they make you give a statement and all of that
Yeah,
stuff like that. So, I
a
mean,
lot of
but as far as he seems like an adult, is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they all make mistakes and they
but
do
that's the
dumb
thing.
stuff.
He's
But
the
he
cost.
he seems like you don't look at Justin Timberlake as like the NSYNC Justin Timberlake. I look at Bow Wow as like a kid mentality. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
that's fair. But it's the
It's the
cosplay
nigga
of being a grown
child.
up. Look at Britney Spears. Look at Michael Jackson. Look at Justin Bieber. Look at the Will
no,
Smith
no,
kids.
it's people
All
that
of them are kind of like
no,
there's
I,
something
I
missing.
agree. I'm not
You know what
saying
I'm
that
saying?
it doesn't happen. I'm saying that there are some people that dodge it and they step into an adult phase.
But hold on, but my even though I think it is in the same realm, but it's different also too, because you got to remember being thrown into that child stardom affects people in different ways. Macaulay Culkin talked about it.
I agree.
So it affects people in different ways. And you gotta remember, you're forced to be on a set sometimes when you just want to be a kid. Right. So
Bow Wow don't listen.
but I don't
Bow,
see Bow Wow as
let me
that.
tell you something. What I see from Bow. And I hate even calling him Bow. I'm trying to give him more of a grown up. What I see from Bow, because I don't
What
want
is
to
his
call him
real name?
Bow
Chad
Wow.
What
Moss.
is his
Call the
real name?
man
By
by
the way?
his
From
name,
Shad.
Chad
This is from
Moss.
Shad.
Chaz Moss.
Let
Mr.
me
Moss.
let me tell you what I hear from
Mr. Moss.
From Shad.
His
I
name,
see people
his name is
wanting.
Shad Gregory Moss.
I see
Yeah, I
people
want Joker.
wanting Mr. Moss to actually be regular. Like you don't have to say. Let me tell you something, young blood. Like you don't have to say. You could just be. People want. He's intentionally stepping out of his regular self to be something that he thinks everybody wants him to be, from my perspective, that we don't care about. Like
That's
we
fine.
don't care about Bow Weezy Basheezy. We don't. We. If
But
you
you know
just
how
talk
some
regular.
celebrities can be regular and can be a celebrity at the same time?
I think
Yeah,
that being
He's
a
not
regular
that.
is being a
he's
celebrity.
always extra. Isn't he the guy that was caught on a commercial plane pretending that he was flying private or something
That
like
was a
that?
long
Like,
time ago. That was a
that's what I'm
long
talking.
time ago.
He's
That was
just
a long time ago.
he's just immature, and that's the thing.
No grown
Well,
person
and
does
his
that.
surroundings still support that. Like
Yeah, but that
his,
is the keeping up with the Joneses thing. But there's like people actually grown ups that retain. Michael Jackson to me is the utmost. Is the personification of. He was a kid. The way he
But
talked,
Michael
the way he
Jackson,
emoted, he
you
never
can't
grew
use
up.
Michael. You can't use
Oh,
Michael.
he was on the
He's
Jackson
been
5 as a
performing since he was
6-year-old.
like 8. So
But y'all
that's
can't use Michael because Michael was the biggest pop star in history.
He still was a
Like,
kid.
but my point is that Michael been insulated from life. Like Michael was not able to walk outside since he stepped on the scene and ever live a regular life. Bow Wow will be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Well,
gonna be
Yeah,
just
Bow
cool.
Wow, hold on, but Bow Wow, but I will say this: Bow Wow has been in that element though, because his
Bow is
family.
gonna be
I think
just
isn't like
fine.
Snoop his family member or something like that.
Ain't nobody tripping
So,
on Bow.
No, that's not
huh?
his real. That's not his real uncle.
isn't the
He
Bow
just
cousin
he
Bow
just
is
got
the
shipped
type
after
of
off to
people?
him.
person. Let me tell you what the
What?
difference is. Michael Jackson in no way, shape, or form could step foot anywhere without anything going
That's fact.
bananas,
But
without
he's worse
everything
than Bow
shutting
Wow.
down.
But he was
Bow
worse than
Wow
Bow
was
Wow.
the type of person to go to the game and to be making a scene on the side to make sure that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
he's that type of person.
So Bao is like, you know, when Stephanie Smith walks into the basketball court and he's walking like he's the main star, everybody's there to watch him. That's kind of what I think Bao is, right? Nobody's
Because
here to see
he
him.
But
want
it wasn't.
everybody
It
to
wasn't a
know. Yeah.
Yeah, so
comparison. It wasn't a comparison, though. It was to say. It was to say, to Carrie's point, that that's the environment that he's in, meaning that everybody in that environment supports him being like that. I'm saying he's been around that since he was 5,
You don't think that
and so he thinks that he's
he's old
this,
enough and
celebrity.
situationally aware? No, he still is a celebrity. I'm not taking that away from him. He was the man.
No.
But
Anytime
you
you can
don't
go
think
sit
that
down
he's
and eat and
situationally
nobody asks you for
aware
an
enough?
order.
Listen, I have I'm no Bow. I mean Shad. Let me revise that, right? I'm no Shad, but I do okay in my little lane in my little city, right? I am realistic. I am a normal everyday person. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, yeah, I may be a little bit better off from a financial perspective or have a little bit more visibility, but I put my pants on one leg at a time like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't nobody disillusioned. I am very much normal. Just I would be an idiot, a complete idiot to just think that I'm even on a level of Michael Jackson, like, oh, the whole world revolves around me when I step outside. That's I am situationally aware enough to know that when people come up to me and say, "What up, Doe?" and oh, what up, family? I appreciate you. I show appreciation because they didn't have to do that. I don't look at it like, oh man, I'm the man now. No, I'm thankful that anybody is even willing to say something to me in the first place and say that I did anything. I never expected to be here. So I move with a level of humility in real life to where I'm never thinking that I'm just that. You come on, he human like
but
everybody
Anton,
else. He's
you
I've
human like
never
everybody
had
else.
a Bow Wow poster
He has
ever.
to know that nobody is tripping that hard. And even his fans, when they grew up from the 106 and Park days, they are 20 years older than they were when they was discovering him. They don't have the same enthusiasm.
but it's different, Anton, because you had the chance to grow up into a anonymous citizen, into somebody that is actually a public figure, right? And
Correct?
then there's the A to Z. Are you Tom Cruise, or you are a YouTuber with thousands? Like, you probably have the A, B, C. Like, you are going up there, right? They never had the chance. It's like you growing up and going from no phone to smartphone, and these kids that actually are born with a tablet on their hands. There's a level of awareness that they don't are never going to get because you actually grew up into it. They were born into it. Like
But
these
okay,
people,
but throw something else in there. Throw another caveat in there, fatty. Because all of these people wasn't just like hot the whole time that they've been a celebrity or they've been visible, have visibility. They've been cold too. So they know the other side of it where nobody was really checking for them at the time. And then
not
they,
Bow Wow.
huh?
Bow Wow was probably ever like surrounded with yes men since the moment that he
Yeah,
was young.
right. That's why he was that's why he got caught up posting that fake jet.
No,
Because he
but
was
that's the
trying to
point. Yeah, it's keeping up with the Joneses. But remember, Paul was engaged with Erica Mena. Yeah, Sierra. Like his life is actually a fraction of I get the woman, I get the fame, I get the money. People look at me as such and such and such. If he's going to actually graduate or mature into somebody, he's now. There's nobody kind of checking for him. Like on
But
these
you want to know
30s and
something?
40s.
That
But he
only
was
seems to
always.
be in hip hop culture because I see plenty. When I go to different countries, I see plenty of celebrities, and I do mean A-list on commercial flights.
Yeah, 50 be on them. Everybody, a lot of people be on commercial flights. Everybody ain't flying.
So, but in hip hop, they act like they all have to like be on private jets and things like that. And I'm like, I see Brad Pitt has been on plenty of commercial flights. And I do mean plenty.
Yeah, but then he probably has a collection of cigars in his house that is $1 million. Like
Yeah,
people
But
that's
with
true.
priorities,
what I'm saying
like
is he can afford to not see nobody if he wants to.
but Mika, the problem with we actually doing this judgment, like I remember, I don't know if he's Bill Gates or if he's Warren Buffett, and they brag about, oh, Warren Buffett is so humble. he has the same car for such and such years and drives the same clothes. And then he goes inside of his house and he has a watch collection of $39 million.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is not what, but that's something of value. You know, like art, like I told you, I don't know if I told you, but I collect art, right? I like art. And so that is of significant value, but
And we got
clothes
to
I
wrap
really
this
don't
up
care
too,
about.
y'all. We got to wrap this up too, because I want to move to the next subject, because I want to get your final thoughts.
Drive private or first class.
But you see that? See, I think that this is an example of when you're not aware, when you're not situationally aware, not only will your message not hit the mark, but then you'll become the topic of conversation.
Yes. He accomplished what he wanted. Now people talking about me.
Yeah, but this not positive. I mean, it's not nothing that's, I don't know. I don't know.
Don't take advice from Bob Weezy, especially when he don't know the facts. He was wild. He went on the whole tangent about some shit from NBA Centel. Like that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like
maybe he was new to that account, or maybe somebody just sold him. Who knows?
Yeah, he was just going based off the hype. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew if that was official or not.
He was trying to get in the algorithm.
That's
when has Bao ever taken good advice? Like, I don't know.
No, he can't. I mean, see, I hate to talk about it because this dude is from my state, man. So it's just so hard.
Shout out to Ohio. Yeah,
it's yeah, man.
Shout out
Y'all
to
got a few
the
people.
former rappers.
I just think I think he just doesn't learn, man. He just don't learn. He don't understand. Like this had nothing to do with him. He should have just sat back, man. He should have just sat back. Like
it will be a Law and Order in 3 years and it'll be good to go. It's fine.
Law and Order is a play. That's the move right there. If you
yeah,
get on there like Ice-T and get your $200,000 a show, you set. You good.